Sri Krishna Karshini Chasa. So Srila Rupa Goswami is saying that Krishna Bhakti, Prema Bhakti, is so powerful that a drop of this divine substance is capable of attracting all attractive Krishna. Krishna means akarshan, the central conception of the infinite, the golden mean of the infinite, all accommodating Brahma, greater than the greatest, all permeating Paramatma, smaller than the smallest, the central conception of the infinite, the golden mean, all attractive. And that means through love, charm, beauty, sweetness, love and affection. Bhajaniya Sarvashad Guna Vishishta. Srila Jiva Goswami says that the real proof of coming in connection with Krishna substantially is that automatically one will want to offer themselves in service, not to try and consume. Generally, when we say what is beautiful or such, we want to consume that person, place, or thing. Right? Here we're saying, Krishna is so beautiful, charming, sweet, and full of heart. You want to offer yourself to him in service. You're irresistibly drawn in attraction to his qualities to give yourself. Yeah. And this point, so that Purna Krishna, who possesses everything, who's completely self-satisfied and fulfilled, he's attracted by this, the love and devotion in the heart. And if we see the different pastimes, they will always shine a spotlight on the heart transaction between Krishna and his devotees, right? Or in his various pastimes, avatars. As Guru said, when you say his example to help us understand Om Purnamadak Purnamidam, saying if we think of, in this case, zero, because even though so many complete units emanate from him, he remains a complete balance. Zero. 0 times 0 equals 0. This is how the infinite operates. 2 zeros is 0. A billion zeros is 0. 0 divided by 0 is 0. 0 minus 0 is 0. You have a billion zeros, it's still 0. So you have the infinite, he expands into innumerable forms, avatars, incarnations, still the infinite. They all are wind up, withdrawn with avatar, Sar, Gaur avatar, or as in Krishna, Swayam Bhagavan Krishna, Ete cha angsa kala pungsa Krishna stu Bhagavan Swayam. Like that. Right? But the person holding that position, he's irresistible, all attractive as he is. Right? The universe is mad with his fragrance. Right? He's saying, but the fragrance of my beloved drives me mad. Right? So, and who is his beloved? The personification of love and reciprocal love and affection. That even though he's perfect and complete and fulfilled, he's irresistibly drawn. And although he is independent, Swarat, Ahang Bhakta Paradino Hyasvan Tantra Eva Dvija, Sarubir Bhakta Hridayo Bhakta Bhakta Janapriya. Saying it's declared in the beginning of the Bhagavatam, I am Swarat, I am completely independent. Or Guru Maharaj is quoting Hegel, reality is for itself and by itself. He said, but in the presence of devotion, it's as if I lose my independence. I can't help myself. I'm just captured by it. I'm just what I find in the heart of that devotee. And so Guru Maharaj puts in this phrase that true sign of devotion is when the infinite comes under the control of the finite. Such a beautiful. The infinite under the control of the finite. We almost shudder to think. And Guru Maharaj will say, who can be entrusted with that? One who's wholly one in interest. Right? Yashoda, Nanda Yashoda, Radharani and the Braja Gopis, Subal, etc. They're wholly one in interest with Krishna. The elder Braja Gopis making the toddler, little child Krishna, dance for them while they're stringing garlands or doing different things. And he is a plaything for them, happily. Right? The peacocks asking him to play his flute, and he's playing his flute, and they're madly dancing. And then at the conclusion of that, they bow their heads. Krishna plucks a peacock feather, and the peacocks can be proud, like, look at Krishna, bar hapidam natabara bapu karneo karneo. Look at him. Bar hapidam, he's wearing the peacock feather. He's with us, he's ours. So he has love and affection for him, they have love and affection for him. And devotion is so great, so wonderful, that Krishna himself aspires to be a devotee. That's too much and too beautiful, that he himself wants to be a devotee. Radha Bhavaduti Subolita Nome Krishna Srupam Aparam Kashyap, back to that Chaitanyastakam, another one, second. Aparam Kashyapi Pranayi Janavindasya Kutuki Rasotsamam Ritva Madram Upabhoktam Kamapiya Rucham Swam Avavredutim Ihatadiyam Sa Chaitanya Devaskritir Atitaram Na Kripayatu. Back to her, saying, it's her heart. Where is Krishna? Hridayena Binugit. Where is the ultimate Krishna conscious heart? Whom? Sri Radha Thakurani. There is no one more Krishna conscious than her. She is the reservoir of Krishna consciousness. Right? We saw Tunga Mani Mandira. Her heart is a lighthouse of Krishna Prem, illuminating the whole spiritual world, Seva Mayoyam Loka, revealing service to Krishna. And Krishna, is overwhelmed by her heart. That's another way to think. Overwhelmed, enveloped. Ritva Madhura means that she'll not give that willingly, in a sense, easily. So he's plundering it. Guru Maharaj says, stealing. Because when Guru Maharaj said that, I thought, if someone said to me, well, Srila Sridhar Maharaj says that, but where does it say that? And the Chaitanyastakam of Rupa Goswami, in this verse, which is quoted by Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami in the beginning of Sri Chaitanya Charitamritam as being foundational, surveying the trillions of Braja Gopis. And this one, Radhamadaya Hridaya Tatyaja Braja Sundari, when she left the rasa dance, he had counseled 1 trillion to go and search for her. And we could think, well, 1 trillion minus 1 is still, it's still more or less 1 trillion. Right? But then what does that tell us about her qualifications? If the 1 trillion minus this one particular gopi he's lost interest and is exclusively searching for her. That shows the power, the voltage, the current, the inconceivable power, voltage, current of her divine heart. That Krishna's Chatyaja Braja Sundari and running after her and thinking, and observing her ecstatic emotions and her Atma Samarpana, her self-giving to the extreme, her self-oblivion. Not self-extinction, annihilation, self-oblivion, so wholly given over to the other. That's the purest version of self. No ego, no self-consideration, wholly given over to the other, so much so as to almost, the identities are indistinguishable, yet two in one. Right? So Krishna then absenting himself from her, hiding in a kunj, viewing Radharani experiencing the depths of Krishna Viraha, separation, that aroused Kutuki, the curiosity in him to experience what it's like to be her. So again, her heart conquering him. He wants to experience the supreme devotional heart. Bhakta Bhav, wonderful thing, but here, Radha Bhav, that's captured him. And he's descends Swabhaktebhya Sudham Nijabhajana Mudram Upadisham with his associates. It's so beautiful. You think, Advaita Acharya, Mahavishnu, Nityananda Prabhu, Srivas Thakur, Nard Muni, then so many Gopas, Nityananda Prabhu, and all, as we told in Pani and Panihati, with all these cowherd boys. Then so many gopis have descended to participate in Mahaprabhu's pastimes. And after taking sannyas, he's, Kahan Krishna Prananath Murali Badan, Kahan Karun, Kahan Pan Brajendra Nandan. He's searching madly for Krishna and unable to escape the gravitational pull of the hearts of his devotees. He's circling. And then gets the inspiration to go to Puri. Oh, Jagannath is Krishna. And how so? Dwaraka Krishna, who's feeling intense separation from Radharani and Braja Gopis. It's not incidental or peripheral. Why Jagannath? And why these Rath Yatra pastimes, the principal pastimes of Mahaprabhu and his servitors, focus on this point, because that is where separation reaches its zenith. That's what captured him to begin with, to descend here. As Srila Gurudev put it so sweetly when they said, you want to understand Mahaprabhu? He said, then what is his tasting matter? It is not Milan pastimes. The tasting matter, Krishna is Rasaraj, he knows everything about that. That's a given. But what she experiences in the depths of Krishna Viraha, that is unknown to him. And that is his tasting matter. And it reaches its zenith point at Rath Yatra. Two places, Rath Yatra and also Uddhav Kyari, the Brahmar Gita. But really, Rath Yatra, that's the zenith point. The other so high, both so high, but Brahmar Gita so high as to be unintelligible to the lower section. Right? Behind closed doors with Swarup Damodar, Ramananda plunging the depths of Brahma or Gita and that divine madness of separation. But what is, in a sense, more astonishing is that Rath Yatra is ostensibly a public celebration. You know, what do you say? Hidden in plain sight. In front of so many, in front of the world. He's exhibiting the depths of Krishna Viraha and the ecstatic outcome of, as the consequence, and with, you know, an inner circle of devotees, another ring of servitors, and they're singing and dancing. And as Guru said, when he sings Yak Kumara Hara, and some devotees, you know, might think, why am Mahaprabhu singing that song? That's a little unusual. Oh, Prabhu, you know, Haribol. Rupa Goswami knows. Mahaprabhu, Rupa, now you're telling everyone. How do you know? Swarup Damodar, how does Rupa know? You know, you must have revealed it to him, because only you and I know. It's the heart. He can't, as he told Ramananda, I can't conceal myself from your loving heart, your devotional eye. Premanjana Churita Bhakti Velochanena, Santaksa Deva Hridayeshu Vilokayanti. Seeing through the heart. Back to our original Hridayena Binugato. The heart knows. That's the how does he know? Heart knows. His heart knows. So when Mahaprabhu is after traveling South India for 6 years, as I'm mentioning this because we're approaching Rath Yatra, and he returns to Puri, then this is a cause for all the devotees from Navadvip, approximately 200 Maha Bhagavatas, it's mentioned. They're Maha Bhagavatas, under the care of Shivananda Sen and with Nityananda Prabhu, and they're all coming to Puri, because the Snan Yatra, which just happened, and even that, it's just so sweet and beautiful. This is not found in any other religion or theistic system in the world. So they're bathing Jagannath, and he catches cold. You know, they always say, can God, you know, and then fill in the blank, you know, make a rock so heavy you can't, you know, like, so how about this? You know, can God catch a cold? In Krishna Lila, apparently so. So Jagannath, after then he has to go in seclusion for some time, and that's a plea. But so Mahaprabhu is so happy with his devotee to view the Snan Yatra, the bathing of Jagannath. But then when they close his door and say there will not be any more darshan of Jagannath for what, 21 days or so? The Radha Baba heart is plunged into the depths. It says Gopi Bhavya Prem of Krishna Viraha, Gopi Bhav Krishna, the type of the depths of Krishna Viraha separation that they experience. And it's intolerable. He can't remain there anymore. He goes to Alalanath. But then devotees, to try and get him to come back to Puri, and how do you pull his heartstrings? Say, oh, all the devotees are coming from Navadvip. Really? Yes, and with Nityananda, Advaita, Acharya, Gadadhar Pandit, you know, oh, you know, that will pull him back to Puri. And remember, before he went on his South Indian tour, he converted Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, because Sarvabhauma mistook him to be some young, exalted, no doubt, like devotee, which is ironic, because it's true. he's appearing as a devotee. So he's saying, he appears to be in the most exalted stage of, devotional attainment. But Gopinath Acharya is saying, do you know he's also Swayam Bhagavan? Like, what do you say? And they have their little Tark Vitark Shastrik back and forth. Gopinath saying, well, Bhagavatam, Krishna Varnam Trisha Krishnam, Mahabharata, Suvarna Varna Hemango, Varandas Changanadadi, Sannyasa Krishna Machanto, Nishta Shanti Parayanaha. But he says, but Prabhu, you'll quote a sloka, I'll quote a sloka. What's the point of this? Atapite deva padambujadaya. Prashada leshanugrihi. If you don't have a little prashad, mercy of the Lord, you won't get it. And so we're like, excuse me. And what's the evidence? You've got that and I don't? He's saying, that I understand who he is and you don't. It's that simple. I can recognize who he is. His Atma Prigyanamayo, self-evident, self-revealing, self-manifesting. And I am blessed by having a little mercy to realize that, and it's beyond you. And you're Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. You know all the scriptures, you know everything. You're the court pundit of whom? Prataparudra Maharaj. In a sense, we can say how perfectly Yoga Maya has arranged the pastimes. But then, when he tries to upgrade Mahaprabhu's sannyas, he gets upgraded in the process. And we're told, really, he's Brihaspati, the guru of the Devata, descended and being given entrance into Chaitanya Leela. So it's a wonderful thing. And then he's a fanatic afterwards, writing 100 slokas for Mahaprabhu, changing Bhagavatam, Mukti Pade, cross that out, Bhakti Pade, Mahaprabhu like, calm down, Sarvabhauma, don't start changing the Bhagavatam, okay? Mukti Hritmanyata Rupam Swar, really, it's the real understanding of Mukti is Bhakti. Mukunda, so beautiful, he makes Mukti look ugly, it's Bhakti. Like, okay, I'll put it back. But then he writes these beautiful, Vairagya Vidyanija Bhakti, these beautiful slokas. So he is converted, and then says, I used to make fun of Ramananda, and saying like, oh, he's a devotee, a Vaishnava. He's the highest. I understand how great is Ramananda. You please visit him. And there are talks on the banks of the Godavari. Mahaprabhu further gets the Krishna Karnamritam and Brahma Sangita, returns and saying, Sarvabhauma, I met many. Ramananda is an exception on your advice. He said, otherwise, I didn't find a devotee like you. And I met Sri Sampradaya, Madhva, Tattvava is, the best from all the different sampradayas. He said, I didn't meet anyone like you. And Gaura said, indirectly, Mahaprabhu is endorsing himself. Because, yes, after I got through, it converted you into Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. But the reason I make this point, so all those things were told at that time. Now, the devotees are coming, and Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, Gopinath Acharya, and Prataparudra Maharaj go on the Prataparudra Maharaj wants Sarvabhauma to tell him who are all the different devotees, to identify them. And Sarvabhauma said, let's go up on the roof, but Gopinath will do that, but he knows everyone. I'm also eager to meet them. And they're on the roof and they're seeing, like, Mahaprabhu sends out Srup Damodar and Govinda to give garlands. And the first personality is saying, oh, what ascharya tej means like astonishing effulgence, you know, and who is that personality? And it's Advaita Acharya, Swift Govinda giving a second garland, and Advaita, I'm not familiar with it. Oh, this is Govinda, he's a disciple of Ishwara Puri, told by him to serve Mahaprabhu. Chaitanya Charan, he's always at the lotus feet of Mahaprabhu. They're meeting, and then so many other great devotees, and they're being pointed out by Gopinath Acharya and Pratap Rudra, who's like, he's ready to give up his life if he can't get darshan of the lotus feet of Mahaprabhu. But he always has to stay in the distance from afar, and you can just see his eagerness building and growing, and he's seeing all these astonishingly wonderful devotees. And it occurs to him, he's saying like, how is it that some people don't get it and they don't understand, you know, the divinity of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, his divine pastimes with his servitors. And it's very beautiful because Gopinath Acharya is like, looks over at Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. Sarvabhauma, what say you in answer to, why is it that people don't understand who he is? And Sarvabhauma says, Atapide deva padambujadvaya prashadaleshanu grihitevahi. You've got to get a little bit of the Lord's mercy to understand. Otherwise, you may be, you know, a greatly learned scholar, you know, like Nayam Atma Pravachanena Labhyo Namedaya Bahunasra. You won't get it otherwise. It's only by His grace, His mercy. And you can imagine Gopinath Acharya is so happy that, like, now Sarvabhauma, he's telling this. And the devotees, and then Pratap Rudra is saying, but they're sort of like going past the Jagannath temple, like they're going to see Mahaprabhu. He's saying, yes. Why is that? Shouldn't they first like go see Jagannath and then do that? Or he's saying, he said, from an ordinary, and there are certain things you should do when you arrive: fast, shave your head. And he said, that's ordinary vidya. He said, but there's some fine points to understand on this. He said, and back to our original theme, when it's heart to heart, Ragamarg, and when it's the Lord directly, it would be an offense to the inversion. And so they're meeting with Mahaprabhu, they're all getting garlands, Mahaprabhu's arranging everyone's living quarters. When he meets Ramananda, also, Mahaprabhu's saying like, and who's saying, Pratap Rudra has released me from all obligations, given me a pension, and told me, forever be at the lotus feet of Mahaprabhu. And the devotees are astonished to see the two of them engaged madly in Krishna Katha all the time. But Ramananda singing the praises of Pratap Rudra Maharaj, whom Mahaprabhu previously refused Sarvabhauma's insistence on meeting with him, threatening to leave Puri altogether. But now, but they're saying, but he's a great devotee. He said, well, if he's a great devotee, I'm sure Krishna will be merciful to him. Now Ramananda is saying, oh, this Rudra Maharaj, let me tell you. He said, I wish I had a drop of the type of love and affection that he has. And then gradually Mahaprabhu is softening, he's saying, if all of you love him, then of course Krishna is going to be merciful to him. And part of the beauty of that is he is Krishna also. We should remember. So for him to say that, is super beautiful, but it's still thematically consistent. He's saying, because all of you who are devotees, you've embraced him in your hearts, and you have appreciation for him, then it has to happen. Because why? Ahang bhakta, Krishna is bound by love and affection for his devotee. So he's saying, if he's got all of you, he's got me. It will happen. But for various reasons. And to enlighten us as well. And again, this heart-to-heart appreciation. Mahaprabhu is praising Advaita Acharya and saying, now that I'm with you, I'm full, I'm fulfilled. And Advaita is saying, well, I think the Upanishads say that's kind of your default position, is that you're perfect and complete. But what is so wonderful is that even though you are that way by nature, you enjoy varieties of loving exchange with your devotees. That's his response. And remember, his day job is Mahavishnu. Innumerable universes coming out, but in Mahavishnu we're in awe. And when he's Advaita Acharya, the sweetness, his sweetness comes out, and is charming, and all the aspects of his personality, including humor, are there, and really are revealed in intimate detail in the pastimes of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So that's their exchange. He praises, Mahaprabhu's praising him, saying, I'm fulfilled because I'm in connection with you. He said, no, I think you're already fulfilled, but this is the beautiful thing. Even though you enjoy this type of loving exchange with your devotees. How wonderful that is. And he's praising Vasudev Dutt. We were talking about Mukunda Dutt the other day. And he's telling him that, so Vasudev Dutt, when Mahaprabhu starts praising him, he immediately starts praising Mukunda Dutt, his younger brother. It's similar to Brihad Bhagavatamritam, one devotee deflecting that praise and deferring to another as being superior. But that's the way it always is. One devotee is expressing praise and appreciation. In this case, it's Mahaprabhu himself, and that devotee saying, really, Mukunda is the superior. He's younger than me, but I consider him senior. He's really got your favor. I see that. And Mahaprabhu is saying, I just came back from South India. I brought the Brahma Sangita and the Krishna Karnamritam just for you. Imagine that. I brought them just for you. And of course, he copies and then shares with all the devotees what was just for you. I brought it back for you. You're so great. And he's, Srivas Thakur and his brothers, the group is 4, and Mahaprabhu was saying, remember, he's greeting everyone and personally, and arranging it's very wonderful, making sure they have a place to stay. No one's complaining, it's crowded. In other words, it's a typical devotee festival. We're carrying on that tradition. So they have to arrange for everyone is accommodated and happily. But he's saying, Srivas, you and your brothers, the 4 of you have totally purchased me by your love and affection. Srivas Thakur, why do you say that? You know it's the opposite. That you've totally purchased us with your love and affection. So it's always like that. He's looking for Murari Gupta. And Murari Gupta is practically hiding, considering himself unfit, low, fallen, unfit, despicable. Right? Murari Gupta. Right? So sometimes we hear of neophytes voyeuristically envisioning themselves as super servitors in the innermost recesses of the Aprakrita Leela of Krishna. It's madness, it's fictitious, it's a hallucination. See, Murari Gupta, Hanuman, Bhima, Madhvacharya, Murari Gupta, he considers himself unfit to come near. By force, Mahaprabhu has the devotees bring him to him. And what to speak of Haridas Thakur, who's very distant, giving his dandavats from afar, and considers himself so low-born, so fallen, so unqualified to come close to Mahaprabhu. That's the proper attitude. Brahma Haridas. We can take it that he was Brahma. This shows the proper appreciation that Mahaprabhu was so great. If I'm in the distance, I'm in a fortunate position. Tasya, Tasya namostu brishabhanu bhushodi shepi. So, and Haridas Thakur, Mahaprabhu is saying, you're like a tirtha personified. All the holy tirthas, the holy rivers, everything is present in you. Once we were in Lakta in St. Petersburg, and Gurudev said that, what is that sea there? Baltic? What?
It is Gulf of Finland.
The Gulf of Finland, good enough. Right. He said, when Mahaprabhu took the body of Haridas Thakur in his own hands after his divine disappearance and bathed him in the sea, beach, and Jagannath, that he's so pure that all the waters that will inevitably touch that, he said, even this we shall consider purified by the touch of Haridas Thakur. We can bathe in it with that conception in mind. So Mahaprabhu is saying, your holy places personified, etc. And when he hears of the humility, Murari Gupta and Haridas Thakur, he's very pleased. Haridas Thakur thinking, I don't want to be in a position where one of the servants of Jagannath might brush against me and become contaminated. Please give me a place. And Mahaprabhu gives him the Siddha Bokul. From there he can see the chakra of Jagannath, with the advanced devotees see as Krishna himself. And Mahaprabhu says, I'll come every day. He arranges, every day they bring Mahaprabhu's Mahaprasad from his plate to Haridas Thakur. Who stays with him? Rup and Sanatan Goswami. So, and then of course Mahaprabhu is distributing prasadam to the devotees, telling them all first, like, go bathe. They bathe in the sea, come back. They take prasad, then they go for kirtan at the Jagannath Mandir, and they have this kirtan. First of all, when they'd come, Pratap Ruder was saying, I've never heard kirtan so sweet and so beautiful from these sun-like, effulgent personalities. It's unbelievable what we're witnessing. But that same group, now with Mahaprabhu, they go for Jagannath Darshan, and it's the most wonderful Nam Sankirtan that anyone has ever beheld. And it's specifically identified as Prem Sankirtan, lest we think that it's just a group singing in a particular way. Imagine, they're all Mahabhagavatams. They all have Krishna Prem. So the 200 or such plus Mahabhagavatas, hearts filled to the brim and over with Krishna Prem, they're engaged in Nam Sankirtan with Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Nityananda Prabhu, and they're in 4 different groups, like Chauri Sampradaya. Nityananda Prabhu dancing in one group, whose dancing is inconceivable, right? As we heard the other day in the Panihati, Advaita Charja as the lead dancer in another group, Virkeshwara Pandit, and another group, Srivas Thakur, and Mahaprabhu in the center. And what is it? So many mridangas, kartals, but it's saying this kirtan's going throughout the universe, which means also it's a subtle vibration as well. And Mahaprabhu, and he's so enamored by the singing and dancing. And he wants to see Advaita, but he wants to see Nityananda, Virkeshwara Pandit, Srivas Thakur. So what does he do? He expands himself, and it appears to all the devotees in the different groups who are assembled there that Mahaprabhu's looking at you personally and dancing with you. Every single devotee. It's a direct experience that he's looking at you and you're dancing together. Tears are shooting out of his eyes like from a syringe. It's drenching all the devotees around him. I mean, Vrindavan is saying, normally the Ganga flows from the lotus feet of the Lord, but here we see in Mahaprabhu, the Ganga is flowing out of his eyes, liquid Krishna Prem, drenching everyone. Right. And he is, Udanda Nitra, jumping up high, and Tandava Nitra, mad dancing, Madhura Nitra, the sweet swaying dancing. Sometimes he's falling to the ground, and I see Nityananda Prabhu rising, picking him up, and this is 3 weeks before Rath Yatra. And it's saying, and every day that Mahaprabhu stayed in Jagannath Puri, they did this. Every single day. And during the day, being surrounded by the devotees, relatively speaking, he could maintain his composure. I mean, not get carried away with particular types of devastating ecstatic emotions, right? And symptoms. But when the night would come, in the company of Sri Damodar, Ramananda, he would be overwhelmed, and Krishna Viraha, experiencing separation from Krishna. So Kaviraj Goswami gives his blessings to the reader, saying, if you hear about these pastimes of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and with his devotees, this particular, the Vedanam Kirtan, these Prem Kirtan pastimes, and everything that is encrypted there. He said, then you will achieve the service of the Holy Lotus, Chaitanya Charan. You will achieve the lotus feet of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. These are the sort of blessings that come from Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami. Why Sri Chaitanya Charitamritam is incomparable. Yata yata Gaura Padara Vinde Vinde Ta Bhaktim Krita Punirasi Tata Tato Sarpati Hridyakasmat Radha Padam Boja Sudambarasi. Sumedasa Krishna Varnam Trisha Krishnam Sango Pangashta Parshadam Yagye Sankirtana Praye Yajantihi Sumedasa. Those who are Sumedasa, Sukritivan, of refined theistic intellect, they will see that the entrance to Krishna Leela is Gaur Leela. The entrance to Vrindavan is Navadip. Every atom of Navadip is capable of giving Vrindavan in full. And Mahaprabhu's Sankirtan with his devotees is the Rasa Leela in distribution mode, according to Srila Guru Maharaj. So Prabodhananda Saraswati is saying, give your full attention to the lotus feet, Chaitanya Charana, Gaura Pardara Vinde. Why? He's saying, because then automatically, subconsciously, deep from within the core of your heart, you'll recognize this. And in fact, the Radha Rasa Shuddhanidhi will begin to flow, and one will spring out of the soil of Vrindavan. Hare Krishna. Jai Om Vishnupad Paramahansa Paribrajaka Acharya Satarasata Sri Srimad Shri Bhakti Sundar Govinda Dev Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Shri Bhakti Rakak Sridhar Dev Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai. Bhagavan Shri Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Ki Jai. Jai Saparikar Shri Shri Guru Gauranga Gandharva Govinda Sundar Jiu Ki Jai. Shri Giriraj Govardhan Ki Jai. Shri Rupa Anuga Guru Varga Ki Jai. Shri Rup Sanatan Bhattu Raghunath Shri Jiva Gopal Bhatta Das Raghunath Sad Goswami Prabhu Ki Jai. Namacharya Shri Haridas Thakur Ki Jai. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasari Gaur Bhaktivinoda Ki Jai. Nitai Gaur Gadadhar Advaita Shri Vas Ki Jai. Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gopa Govinath Shyama Kunda Radha Kunda Giri Govardhan Ki Jai. Vrindavan Dham Ki Jai. Navadip Dham Ki Jai. Shri Jagannath Puri Dham Ki Jai. Jagannath Snan Yatra Ki Jai. Sri Chaitanya Saraswat Mat Ki Jai. Sri Gupta Govardhan Ki Jai. Ganga Devi Jamuna Devi Bhakti Devi Tulsi Devi Ki Jai. Om Vishnupad Vishvavarena Srilesi Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada Ki Jai. Sri Chaitanya Saraswat Mat Acharya Brinda Ki Jai. Jai Srila Bhakti Ranjan Madhusudan Maharaj Ki Jai. Jai Srila Bhakti Bimalavadut Maharaj Ki Jai. Sriman Paramananda Prabhu Ki Jai. Sri Bhakti Lalita Devi Dasi Ki Jai. Seva Vrinda Ki Jai. Samaveda Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai. Nitai Go Premanande.
Sudhir Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai. And Maharaj, our Dandavats from Dandavat pranams to Srila Goswami Maharaj and all the devotees of Gupta Govardhan, always eagerly waiting for the Tuesday and Friday nights. Your insignificant slave, Gaura Shakti Das. I offer my respectful obeisances, Leela Sundari, Dandavats from Audarya Leela, then Dandavats from Rasananda Prabhu Sochi, Dhananjaya Prabhu Russia, Tarun Prabhu Moscow, Krishna Kanta Didi Italy, Praneshwari Didi, Asha Purna Didi, Arjun Prabhu, Suchitra Didi, then Dandavats from Varshana Farm in Australia, Jai Bhakti Sudhir Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai. From Koshalendra Prabhu, Dear Goswami Lakta. Dear Goswami Maharaj, Dandavat Pranam. Infinity fresh katha on this hot day. And Dhananjaya Das from Italy, my full Dandavat to my dear Gurudev, always inspiring, encouraging, and giving me new energy to keep on flowing the right path to the spiritual comprehension. My Dandavats to all devotees there. Thanks for your precious seva. And John O'Dwyer Island, Kanupriya Didi, and Dandavats from Mahila Sakha section.
Mahila.
Mahila Sakha.
Mahila Sakha means the ladies section,
Okay.
the ladies branch. Mahila means ladies, Sakha means branch.
Branch.
Ladies branch, ladies section.
Mahila.
That means our ladies in the temple room.
Right. Clear. That's
My
all for today.
dandavats to you. Vanchakalpa trivascha kripa sindhu vevaccha patitanam pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo namo namaha.